What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video we are in Alliance War number 2 of season 26. We have 9 fights and we have some interesting fights here, so let's get it started. Our first fight is on path 7 against a rank 5 Blade. I never do path 7, so I'm actually really nervous about this path. It's kinetic transference with power bond, so you cannot drain their power, but I can still steal his power. So I use an invulnerability boost just to be safe. And Blade is particularly, kind of a pest against Mystic champions. So I'm not really using a typical Doom style here. And you'll see he's going to shrug off the parries, which might cause some problems for us. And he's at 2 bars of power. He shrugged off right away there. Got a bit lucky. And you have to dex the end part of that SP2, otherwise the kinetic transference is going to really be a real annoying thing against Blade here. And Blade kind of works in my advantage for this fight as well too, because his healing ability, so he steals his own power to regen himself, and that works against him a little bit. At this point he's shrugging off all of my parries, so I got extremely lucky in this part right here with that SP2. Had it hit me, it would have been tough. Again, same thing here. He shrugs off the parry, throws an SP1. So here I intercept with an SP1. A nice little intercept there again, right into another SP1. And this fight's almost done. And then here, luckily, he throws a heavy, which I counter, and then slap him into oblivion. And now our next fight is Hyperion. And he's on power bond as well, so can't drain his power, and he's on Matador. So I have to hope that he doesn't, or I have to hope that he throws his special 1 and special 2. It doesn't just hold it until special 3, because I can't steal it. So in this fight, the invulnerability boost is going to come in handy, mostly because I just make a mistake. And I'm about to make it, I think. Here it is. I get hit by the SP1, there goes my invulnerability boost. And now I have 2 bars of power, so I can't steal anything. So here I really want him to throw his special. And of course, he doesn't want to. So I'm just going to try to go for a huge combo here. And use an L2 and hope that it wipes him out. So close, he's down to 4%, then he launches a special 3. So, no more invulnerability boost, so I eat this one. So it's unfortunate. Still alive, and then he melts from the incinerate damage. But that just means I have to use a few items to heal up. Our next fight is a Void on EMP and Burden of Might. And I don't have the right champs for this node, so I was assigned Dr. Doom, which is class disadvantage. Not a good matchup for Void. Luckily he's not awakened, but he is a rank 2 Void. And the Burden of Might node kind of bothers me a little bit in this fight here, because every time you activate or dex, your power is going to get drained, and you're going to see that just happens right there. So I lost all my power, and I'm just watching my life just melt away here. So trying to stay on top of getting to 10 hits, but as soon as I purified, we got right back into another debuff here. Now he's immune to incinerate, so the SP2 doesn't do as much damage as I hoped there, but at least we got to 30 hits. But you see, like, my health is going down just as fast as his, so I'm actually kind of nervous at this point. So trying to build up to an SP3, and we get there, and now that's basically fight done. But again, we lost all kinds of health, so not the best strategy or the right champs for the job, but the job gets done, and that's what matters. Now our next fight is a White Magneto on Indomitable and Vigor. This is a pretty straightforward Human Torch fight. No flame on needed, nothing crazy, nothing special. So here we just keep going. And we're just going to do regular combos. like to push him to SP2 just because his SP1 compared to Red Magneto is switched up and just a lot easier to avoid. And then here, finish him off with an SP2. And now our next fight is a interesting one. It's a buffet, Indomitable, and it's a really big rank 3 Kingpin. So I was nervous about this fight. So once again, luckily I have a ton of these. Use an invulnerability boost, just because he's likely to shrug off almost everything I take or I give him. So my plan in this one is to bait out heavies and bait out special ones, not push him to SP2. And I'm really hoping to apply some neurotoxins, but you see this is a long fight. So I'm also trying to gauge the spacing with his SP1 so that I can punish it appropriately. I would like to actually throw heavy, more chance that I can maybe throw in some neurotoxins there. So on this one I did negotiate it properly. But again, like, nothing's sticking on him. No bleeds, no neuros. But we're just going to keep, you know, taking him down slowly, taking block damage, pushing him to SP1, baiting heavies. Here I'm hoping to throw SP1 or SP2 to apply some neurotoxins. So it didn't work with the SP1. So now I'm building up to an SP2 here. And I'm fully expecting neurotoxin, nothing. So I'm just thinking, man, this is going to be a really, really long fight, and I just can't make any mistakes. So even there, you know, I'll counter his heavy with my own heavy. Still no neurotoxins, but he's going down slowly but surely. And we're just trying to play this fight really safe. So you see a lot of baiting specials right here. So you see, like, he's just shrugging everything off here. So bait another SP1. I think I'm going to punch the specials again. And he's just shrugging everything off, and he's healing, you know, so he's not going down fast enough for me. At this point, I'm not worried about timing out. And I'm starting to feel more comfortable and confident in the fight now. 100 hits in to counter his SP1 with a heavy, or counter his heavy with a heavy. And then that time it actually stuck. He got some neurotoxins and he got 3 of them. And then he just melted. So it only took 100 hits before that worked out. Now we get to a Red Magneto. He's on strike counter and buffet himself. I look at my boost C. There's only 10 seconds left, so I run into the fight really quick with Human Torch. Again, Magneto is Human Torch food. So here, just typical parry, medium, light, medium. Try not to push him to SP2. Unlike White Mags, where I do want to push him to SP2. So things are going really well in this fight. I'm not worried about my power being drained or suppressed because don't need it. So now Boss Island, I'm responsible for the whole right side. And here we have a rank 2 Cable on Recovery, Indomitable, and Vigorous Assault. So if he does get a regen buff, then he's unblockable. But this is a Dr. Doom fight, and we're just going to stagger him. So typical Doom fight here. So you see he went into regen, and then he was staggered, so nullified. But then I triggered protection with the slap, which I'm actually surprised that he did, considering he's rank 2 in his health pool. But this, you know, he's still taking decent damage. And then here, I mistime my combo, need a special 1. Luckily, it doesn't do much damage. And there we did a nice little intercept, so we got rid of the protection. And now I'm just trying to work to an SP3. Apply the stagger, which applies protection on him too, because the slap is too much. But that's all good. So he's halfway down. I'm just going to keep going with the typical Doom style here. And even with protection, he's going down pretty good. So here I'm just kind of chipping away, slowly but surely. I think this fight's about to end here. Finishing up with the special 3. Alright, and there we go. Now this next one is a big fight. It's a rank 3 Apocalypse on Stunning Reflection and Polka Dot Power. So I've done this fight a few times already with Dr. Doom. And heal up. This is a very important fight, because if I mess up, then he has 4 charges, and then he'll be really hard to take down. So I go in. I start with a combat power, so I start with SP1, just to give me a little bit of an advantage. I'll still gain slow power with the shocks that we apply, but my plan is to just always have a special 1 on the go. Bait out his heavies. In that case, he does a whole 5-hit combo. Here, I'm just going to take block damage on the SP2. I want to play it safe. At this point, I'm not really worried. Things are going okay. We're baiting those heavies. Here, I eat an SP1. I was going in for an intercept, thinking he was throwing a heavy, but it was actually an SP1. The animations sometimes are kind of the same. Nothing really to be too worried about at this point. As long as I don't accidentally parry him, we're going to be alright. And there I eat a little combo. See, now my health is going down. We're below 50%. He's still at 70 something. So just trying to like regain composure, regain control of this fight here. And at this point now, I'm like, I gotta do more damage to this guy. So I want to build up to an SP2 and launch it. And we're right about there. I'm not gaining any power until I get the shock, and then there it is. So now I'm going to throw the SP2. And that does alright. The incinerates are doing some good work here. So here I want to bait out that SP2. Again, I'm just going to take it to the block. It doesn't do much damage. And now I'm feeling pretty good about this fight. I feel confident that the fight's going to end. Here, steal some of his power. So I feel pretty comfortable at this time that we've retaken control of this fight. He's almost done. I'm going to build up to an SP2 again, launch it, and I think this does it. Let the incinerates do their work, and boom. Not the prettiest fight. Now we have a rank 2 Black Widow, Deadly Origins, and she's on Bane, but Siler and my team puts on the White Mags pre-fight, which you should always have a White Mag. Put a pre-fight on this node. And because Doom is shock immune, this is a very easy Doom fight. And because she's a small champ, the global node doesn't do anything against her. So very typical Doom fight here. We just don't want to get hit with her SP2 because it does some crazy damage. After she throws the SP1, she does have the evade charge, so you'll see I'm just going to go in for 2-hit combo slap. That way I don't have to worry about the evade triggering and me getting into any trouble. And now we're just going to build up to an SP3. And then we get into the Doom cycle. And that's it. And then we go to the boss. I didn't feel like doing the boss fight. I didn't feel as confident in it. And I had used a lot of items and stuff. So I applied the flame on for my alliance mate Ed. And as you can see, we had a pretty good battle here. Both groups cleared off with relatively low kills. We only died 4 times. They died 5. We went on to win this war. Pretty decisively, actually. Their diversity wasn't perfect. They actually had one guy who didn't place, but either way, it came down to crunch time right at the end of the war, and yeah, overall it was a good war. So 2 wars, 2 wins, too many items though, too many items. So we got to clean that up for the next few wars, and just keep doing what we're doing. So I hope you like this video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you can, and share it with your line mates, Discord mates, and thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, everybody.